Why truckers need Bitcoin. Today we're gonna look at all the stages of like proceeding to um, acquiring Bitcoin as a trucker. And first, you're gonna look at why you need Bitcoin. First of all, you need to have a need to understand Bitcoin. Like if you need Bitcoin, you will find it. But if you don't really need Bitcoin, if you don't feel like you need it, like if you have enough money and you have like you have enough comfort and you're not worried about retirement, you don't like all you feel like you have enough, then you will not feel the need for Bitcoin. But if you see the inflation problem, you feel the not being able to retire problem, then you're gonna have the need to understand why Bitcoin matters. So, the first step here, first of all, I am a trucker. I drive. I've been driving for 5 years now, and I've seen like many truckers being able wasn't able to retire. So basically, I see a lot of truckers um, over the years like went to try to retire and have to come back to drive because they can't because of money problem. They don't have enough. The government retirement fund, the pension fund don't cover all the necessities. So it's an inflation problem, right? So there's an inflation problem. Let's say inflation is going up 2% a year, but we all know it's a lie because all the important things you need, they grow way faster than that. They are up like 10 to 20% a year. So since 2020, okay, inflation is up 50 to 100%. Like if you look at the price of something like in 2019, compare it now, it's over 50 or 100%. Like I'm talking about important stuff. If you look at like food, good clothing, like travel for vacation, all those things, they cost like at least double since 2010 20, right? So some are even three times more expensive. So depending on like what you need, like if you look like for like things like YouTube videos, if you look for cheap digital goods and stuff like chips and things like that that are not really good, valuable things, like they will be cheap. But if you look for like good food, healthy stuff and good things, good quality things, they will be up 100 to 200%. So um but the real wages of each worker is not that much higher. Like in fact, it's just like maybe it's up 17% since 2020. As you know, like they don't raise our salary or our wages every year massively. Like you may be lucky if you get it 2% a year or 3% a year. So usually it's $1 like every year and a half or so also. So it's not much. Like I can attest to this because me myself, like when we even being in a union, you don't get much, right, for your wages. Usually you get paid as much as a general labor, right? So in 2020, you in average you'll be getting about 23 to 50, 23 US, right? $22 US an hour, right? But and that would be about 50,000 a year US, right? Before 2020 2020. So in 2025, and now you're getting about 27 an average, right? So that's the average for now. It's like $27 US. That's about 70,000 to 100,000 US, right? So that's for now, right? So that's not a massive, like it's not doubling, right? Like inflation doubles, like goes up 50 to 100%. Like the wages, they don't double, right? Your expenses like still costs two times as much as your income. So you're still underwater. So this is why we're gonna talk about why you need Bitcoin, because most people don't understand this. Um, yeah, because imagine spending all your life driving away from your family, you're missing birthdays, right? You're missing all the important moments, right? Graduations, the great memories, and you risk your marriage. I know truckers who lost like their family, they risk their marriage because they have to travel away. Sometimes they travel out of the country, and you do all of this, right, for money, for earning, right? Well, is it fair that your wages is going is growing slower than your expenses? No, right? Because like you should at least keep up to inflation, right? But it can't. You can't because they have to keep on taking away from your wages through inflation. Inflation is the creation of more unit of the currency. The dollars keep getting worth less and less and less every year. So I'm gonna show you the chart just a moment. Um, First of all, you have to understand the government retirement plan is a scam. Okay, it's just a scam because whatever you're putting in that retirement plan, right? You can't take it out early. You can't like say, oh, I think I have enough in my retirement plan. I'm gonna take this out. No, you're gonna wait when you're 60, 65, 70, right? By those times, you probably not gonna be able to take good enjoy a good vacation. Like, I mean, you're gonna be like your body weakens, like you don't have the same energy to enjoy life, right? So you have to wait those times to be able to start withdrawing your money, your own money, right? So and you can't opt out, right? You have to keep contributing into the scam, and when they give it to you, it's not even worth what you put in because inflation already take it away. So you can't really retire. It's like you may be able to buy grocery and pay your rent, but that's it. Like you can't really go further than this. Like I mean, I know retirees who can't even afford a car, right? So don't wait till those days to find out, right? You have to prepare today, right? So um you don't want to work till death, right? You don't want to work till death. Like it's not supposed to be this way, right? So you need to opt out. You have to take your money in your own hands, and the way you can do that is with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is hope, right? So Bitcoin is a different way, right? You just take your money, you your money will compound over time because when your money is in Bitcoin, it's outside the system. It's growing faster than inflation, and and the value of the Bitcoin is growing faster than the price of all the valuable things. Like it's going faster than the price of taking a vacation, faster than food, faster than rent. Like, that's why it's hope. That's why you will be able to retire with it if you have enough invested, enough saving into Bitcoin. And again, you don't need a lot of Bitcoin to escape the fiat slavery, right? You just need to start with a small amount and then keep accumulating day after month after month or weeks, depending on your budget. So and you just need to be consistent, right? So just buy for a small amount every week or every month, right? It doesn't matter. 5 to 10 years, right? So you need a long-term plan. This is not a quick rich scheme. You need to plan for at least 5 to 10 years, and by putting a bit of like money away every month, and in 5 years to 10 years, you would see the product, right? You start eating from the fruits of your labor. You don't have to wait until 65 till 70. You can start enjoying fruits of your labor. Now, this is a chart, okay? This I'm just gonna take the past 6 years only, okay? Just 6 years. So this is what you're getting if you're putting in $500 US into Bitcoin. You would be getting, you would be putting in total 36,500. That's the dollar amount you would be putting in, and the value of that Bitcoin would be worth 173,000. Okay, that's only in 6 years. You started in May 2019. That's a rise of 375%. Okay, that's way more than you get in retirement plan, investment in stocks, everything else. Like this will beat everything else. Okay, so now let's say you was earlier than that. Let's say you started in 2015. Okay, so we're gonna start from May 15, 2016. So you'll see the magic. You just putting in 500 away. Okay, 500 away for 10 years. Now you would be putting in 60,500, and the total, okay, the value of that Bitcoin would be worth $3 million. Okay, $3 million. So later we're gonna do the math in, like, once you get to those levels, to see how much money you will be taking out, and how much money you will still have after those years. Okay, so now over here, so this is what if you did this. Okay, this what if you started in 2015, what if you started in 2019. This is for this, okay, for Bitcoin. Now the average growth in this is about 60%, right? Like in the past 6 years, it was 60 to 200%. Okay, now we're gonna project it for the future. So we're gonna lower the rate Bitcoin gonna compounds in the next 10 years. Okay, we're gonna lower this. We're gonna lower it to 40. Okay, so let's say we lower this to 40, and then we're gonna start with an initial, like, saving. Like most truckers probably have some money stay like aside. Like you probably have like some good investment. Like I'm not saying crazy amount, 100,000, but at least maybe you may have like somewhere like 20 to 50,000 aside. But if you don't have that much, don't worry, we can lower this amount. Let's say you start with 20,000, and let's say Bitcoin compounds 40%. Again, that's lower than what it has done in the past 6 years, right? It was 60% the past 6 years, but we're gonna go 40%. For 10 years, you've been accumulating, and then you keep stacking Bitcoin at $50 a month. Okay, $50 a month. So let's say you keep doing this, and then now this is the math. This is what you get at the end of the year. At the end of the 10 years, okay, period, you'll be getting $1.7 million. And again, this is initial investment of 20,000, and then the additional deposit, that's 60,000 for right. So 60,000 plus 20, that's about 80,000 of total investment um in dollars, right? Right, that's about $80,000, right? You would be making about 5,000% increase on your dollars, and this would be 1.7 million. Again, that's 20,000 plus 60,000, that's only 80,000, give you 1,700,000 in 10 years. Okay, in 10 years. Like by the time when you is 65, 70, right, you think like once you retire, you will the government will give you like all this amount by the time you die? I don't think so. And even if you, when you once you pass away, let's say like God forbid, but we all know we're gonna pass away one day. I mean, your family are not gonna benefit from what you're putting into invest in your retirement fund, right? The government just gonna keep it, right? So, but this Bitcoin, your family can benefit. Your family can enjoy this money, right? Your kids, your grandkids can have this money because it's your money. You hold it yourself. But not only this, like I'm gonna show you the chart of this because visual is good. Now, this is the thing. This is when you started the first year. Let me zoom it a little bit over here. This is the first year. You're gonna start with a deposit of um, the balance is 36, right? Is that, yeah, the first year that would be 36. No, the initial balance would be 20,000, but the amount the Bitcoin will raise this will increase this by 10,800 or so, and that would be about 36,000 in total in balance, right? Let's say like Bitcoin didn't crash in that time, or if you wait in the next year, right? That would be another 61, right? You see, you start on 61 now. And by the time you get to the 8th year, right, your balance is already 799, and the 10th year, that's when you get to 1,700,000. So now what I'm gonna do here now, let's say you get to that stage, okay? Let's say you are in your 50s, okay? And then you feel like you have this like time to wait, right? You have this 10 year to wait, okay? uh, let's say you don't have all 10 years, okay? We're gonna take it out to 7 years, okay? We're gonna lower it to 7 years, okay? So now we having a little bit less. That's just 500,000, okay? $500,000. Same thing, right? So now if you end up with that 500,000, most people, even if you have 500,000, okay, we're gonna start with 500,000, okay? Let's say now you're gonna take out from that 500,000. So now we're gonna start with 500,000 in that 7 years. Now you started to take out. Now we're gonna lower the Bitcoin compounding rate. We're gonna lower it to, let's say, 25%, okay, in the next 7 years. And then we're gonna say you're gonna retire for another 20 years, okay? We're gonna put 20 years. Right, so let's say you're 57 and you want to start taking, and we're gonna put 20 years, and then we're gonna say you're gonna start to withdraw. Okay, so what you're gonna withdraw? You're gonna withdraw, let's say, a 6,000. No, we're gonna do it at 5,000 a month. Just an example. We're gonna calculate if you're gonna be in red. No, you're not in red, okay? So you're in positive, right? So you still have 41 million 800, yeah, 41,800,000 left after 20 years of retirement. Because don't forget, because when even if you're taking out 5,000 a month, your money is still growing 25% a year. All the remaining like 500,000, right, is still growing at 25% a year. So all after these 20 years, you still end up with 41 million. So that's the power of Bitcoin. It's not like you putting in your money into something to make a quick bucks and then take it out and then start, you know, eating it. Right? If you just take that 500,000 and then you start taking out every month, and then the money stay there and you're not growing, you stop growing, then this money gonna finish. It would finish quick, pretty quick, because that would be maybe would last you about maybe 100 month or something like that. Yeah, 100 month. But because the Bitcoin is keep on growing, right? It doesn't matter how much you take, right? Let's say even if you're taking 10,000 a month, for example, just for as an example, okay? Just doing this as an example. You still ended up with 8 million after 20 years of retirement. You see the magic? So the point is you need a different money to save in. Okay, you need a different vehicle. Okay, so the retirement system is not working, right? That's why most people can't retire. You want to retire, you need a different vehicle to get you there. And again, I'm not being too crazy about it. I'm just saying, okay, put in like 10,000 or 20,000, whatever it is, right? You feel comfortable with, and then you put it in there. You start studying, right? Don't just believe what everything I'm saying here. You study, you understand the Bitcoin scarcity, why it has to go up, because first of all, there's not like there's a limit on how much there is. They cannot create more dollars. In the other hands, there's no limit, and they can create more and more, and they have to create more. So once you understand those two parameters, then you will go to your own conclusion why you need Bitcoin. So I'm not gonna keep it too long. I'm just gonna keep it simple. You need to understand this. You need to learn this to understand. If you don't want to drive forever till you die, I don't want to drive forever, right? Like I want to keep my job. I want to keep driving. I want to keep like producing value to society. If I'm 65 and I want to just keep driving and I want to keep doing things, yes, that's my like that's what I want. Like that's on me. That's what I want to do. But if I don't want to drive, if I don't feel like driving, and if I'm not capable of driving, I should be able to have something to like after all those years of working, I should be able to have something to support me, right? Like something I work for, right? So that's what Bitcoin provide. So again, I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I hope you enjoy, guys and girls. I'll see you again in the next. This was Paikov.